Stop looking for leverage in the headlines. Leverage doesn't exist in a market with 2.4 months of supply. If you want leverage, you need to look where the numbers actually do favor you. Every headline this week is saying the same thing. Home buyers have dropped to a record low. Nationally, sellers outnumber buyers by over 50%. So the narrative is that the market is officially now totally shifted into the buyer's favor. But here's the reality gap. If we're actually in a buyer's market, why are so many buyers out there telling me that they're still losing out on the home that they want? And sellers supposedly being outnumbered by buyers, but why are some homes selling while some are sitting stagnant? I'm Brett Kelley, team leader with the Treat team at SC Sold Real Estate. I've called Charleston home since 2013, and in the last decade, I've sold hundreds of homes across every single suburb in the Tri-County area. I don't just read the headlines, I live this market, and I've helped buyers and sellers navigate the same impossible conditions that you're facing right now. The answer to the market isn't that it's broken, it's that it's a series of microclimates. Some sellers are winning because they know how to properly position their home, while others are losing because they're listening to the headlines instead of the data. I'm here to show you how to debunk the national news right here in Charleston, Berkeley, and Dorchester County. Let's look at the real numbers, zip by zip. Redfin's July 2026 report is the source behind these headlines. Nationally, sellers outnumber buyers by 51.3%, nearly an all-time record. Markets like Austin and Miami are leading this shift, but they have one thing in common: years of intense new construction that finally caught up to the demand. They're reacting to an oversupply that we simply do not have here. Charleston isn't even on that list. We are operating on a completely different frequency. And even on a county level, it's still far too broad. So I pulled the live MLS data for 5 specific communities to see what is actually happening and where the leverage is right now. People often ask me, Brett, what does months supply actually mean? And I like to think of it as a speedometer for the real estate market. It tells us if no new homes were to be listed for sale today, how long would it take to sell every single home that is currently on the market at the current pace of sales? If it's under 4 months, we tend to call that more of a seller's market. It's tight, there's not a whole lot to go around, and prices usually hold pretty firm. When you're looking at 4 to 6 months, this is a balanced market, a healthy space for both sides, both buyers and for sellers. If it's over 6 months, this is more of a buyer's market. And it means that there are more sellers out there that are actively on the market than there are actually buyers looking to buy in that particular area, that particular price band, whatever the case might be. And most of Charleston is still sitting firmly in that seller's market range. So let's look at the real numbers, zip by zip. So let's start with Hanahan, 29410. Supply is at 2.5 months. A year ago, homes took 39 days to sell. Today, it's 17. So is it a good time to buy in Hanahan? If you're looking for a deal, you're competing with high demand and low supply. It's a seller's market. Now, if we look at Mount Pleasant, 29466, that's 2.4 months of supply. Still one of the most coveted spots in the region. Should I wait for a price drop in this area? Well, in this zip code, the data suggests you'll be waiting for a while. Now, Johns Island, 29455, resale homes are at 3.7 months. We're getting closer in there to a more balanced territory. Now let's take Summerville, 29483. We're at 4.36 months of supply. Now this is the loosest market of the 5 that we're going through. Why is this area more affordable than others? Well, because inventory is up 18% here, and that's giving buyers more breathing room to compare homes side by side. How about Cane Bay and Nexton, that's in 29486, part of Summerville? Why are some homes in Cane Bay sitting while others sell instantly? The number for the zip code alone is misleading. 64% of the market is new construction here, which the builders totally control. But if you look at resale homes, supply hits 5.14 months. Your competition isn't just other sellers, it's the builder down the street. Here's the biggest mistake that I see sellers make in Cane Bay or in Nexton. They try to compete with a builder's incentives, and builders are masters at offering rate buydowns or covering closing costs just to move inventory. So if you try and compete on those incentives, you lose every time. Instead, you have to compete on the new build tax. Most buyers don't realize that a brand new home often comes without gutters, without fencing, windows, blinds, or established landscaping. Those are hidden costs that a buyer has to pay out of pocket the week after they close. If your home has these features, you aren't just selling a house, you're selling a complete turnkey product. Stop apologizing for not having builder incentives and start highlighting the hidden value that you've already paid for. So why the big disconnect between the news and your experience? Well, to buyers, if you're losing bids, stop looking for leverage in the headlines. Leverage doesn't exist in a market with 2.4 months of supply. If you want leverage, you need to look where the numbers actually do favor you, like a resale pocket of Westcott or resale in Cane Bay. And to sellers, if your home is sitting, don't blame the national headlines. Your home isn't an average. If it's not moving, it's a price, condition, or positioning issue. You are competing against new construction every single day. The winners in this market are the ones who price against the competition, not against what they hope the market is doing. Now, where is the Charleston market growing? Moncks Corner, you have Carolina Groves and Cypress Preserve, and they're adding massive volume. Canehoy Peninsula, you have Point Hope, which is 9,000 acres of a project to keep an eye on. And then West Ashley, you have Long Savannah, and that's the next big pipeline story. This is future supply, which means that the market doesn't flip tomorrow, but these are the stories and the sites that you need to be seeing instead of just scrolling on Zillow. So bottom line here, national headlines describe the forest, but you're buying a tree. Don't let a national statistic make a local mistake for you. If you want to know what your leverage looks like in your specific neighborhood, or if you're a seller worried about your positioning, let's run your numbers. The links are in the description for a free home evaluation or schedule a discovery call. If this helped you cut through the noise, hit subscribe. I'm breaking down a different part of the Tri-County area every single month, and I'll see you guys on the next one.